Hi, I'm Mrs. Patterson. I'm going to be helping you out with the second violin part to Overture 1812. Before we play through it the whole way through, I want you to get a pencil and write some things in that we need to be written in the part. So go get a pencil, come back, pause the video. Got it? Okay. So please take your pencil and write in a bow lift and measure 19. And the way you do that is just write like a little comma symbol. And I want you to write it at the end of the measure 19 after the half note. So after you play the half note, you're going to lift the bow and get ready for a down bow in measure 20. Do the same thing after the half note in measure 21. After the half note, draw the lift bow. Measure 23. After the half note, draw a lift bow. Measure 25, after the half note, draw a lift bow. In measure 27, after the half note, draw a lift bow. Measure 29, after the half note, draw a lift bow. Measure 31, after the half note, draw a lift bow. And finally, measure 33, after the half note, draw a lift bow. In measure 35, I want you to draw an up bow, that's our V symbol, up bow over the first note of measure 35, so we have rest, and then the first note that you play is going to be up bow, and then down bow, up bow. So we're not doing a lift bow in that measure. I want it to just go, back and forth as it comes without lifting. Now in measure 46, I'm guessing that the conductor is I'm not conducting this one, I'm guessing the conductor will want you to do a lift bow on the rest of measure 46, so the next note after the rest will be a down bow. That might change later on, but I'm guessing that that's probably the way the conductor is going to want to do that one. Okay, let's practice these lift bows since we're doing so many of them in this song. I want you to be able to do them really, really well. So to do a lift bow, we just do a down bow and then pull away and replace it again. You don't need to do a great big circle. We're just going to do a down bow and just pull it away from the string and replace, touch, down, and pull. Now, I don't want you to drop the bow on the string and hit like this. That's not good. Okay, don't make that sound. We always place, pull, lift, place, pull, lift, place. Alright, so let's try that together on some open Ds. 1, ready, play. Down, lift, place, pull, lift, place, down, lift, place, lift, place, lift, place. And you can practice that on your own as many times as you'd like, just to get that feeling of just releasing the bow and resetting it again for the next note. That gets you ready for another down bow in the next measure. Alright, there are a couple places that need to be fourth finger that is not marked in the part. So I want you to take your pencil in measure 22. The D, the second note of the second eighth note, D, needs to be a fourth finger. Because the rule is we don't change strings just to play an open string and then come back, okay? If both of the notes are, if the note before it and the note after it are still on the lower string, use the fourth finger. If the next note had been going up to the D string anyway, then you could use open D. But right there, we're staying on the G string for the other notes, so use fourth finger. The same thing happens in measure 35. The note before the D and the note after the D are staying on the G string, so use fourth finger on the G string to play that D. Okay, it's the same note as open D, and an open D wouldn't be wrong, except that the rule is sort of if we are staying on the lower string anyway, use fourth finger. Let's see. Actually, that happens in measure 35 and 36. And the other spot similar is 22 and measure 30. So check those, put fourth fingers underneath the notes of measure 22, 30, and 35 and 36. It'll just make it a little bit easier to play. Alright, before we run through the whole song, let's take a look at measure 18. I know this part is a little tricky for some of you. And again, like I said, the rule is if you're going on up to the next string higher, you can use open A. I would just use open A in this pattern. I don't think I'd bother with fourth finger. Again, fourth finger wouldn't be wrong. I just don't think you really need to because you're going on up to the A string for that B anyway. So this pattern, if we use open string, is just 3, open 1, open 3, open 1. Now, just take your eyes off the music for a second, and I just want you to practice just playing that pattern without even having to look at the notes. Just know that it's 3, open 1, open 3, open 1. So we're going to play that over and over again. Ready, play. You you can play that as many times as you need to get really, really comfortable with it. Again, I was not playing exactly what was on the page. I was just playing the pattern over and over again just to get the practice of crossing the strings and knowing which finger goes where. So you can practice it that way, and then when you play it for real with the music, it'll be really easy because your hand will already know what to do. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Please do watch the slurs. Make sure your bow is going the right direction. That's what we do in the orchestra. So if there's a slur, make sure that you're doing the slur as marked. All right, so we start at the beginning. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest. Rest, measure 9. Slur. 1, 2, 3, rest. Measure 16. Measure 17. Measure 18, rest. Place. Lift, place. Lift, place. Lift, place. Lift, place. 3 on the G string. Rest. Up bow. Rest. 2, 4, 3. Up bow. 2, 2, 3. Rest. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second finger. Lift. Okay, so that's our song. Again, feel free to pause the video, practice whatever spot you need to over and over again, rewind the video, do it again and again. Feel free also to write in reminder fingers. Please don't write fingering under every single note. We want your eyes on the notes, not on your fingering. But if there's just a note here or there that is kind of throwing you off and you're getting behind, just write a reminder or whatever it takes to get that finger in the right place at the right time, just so that you can get through playing it faster. All right, have fun practicing that, and hopefully by the time we all get together for our next rehearsal, we'll all already know how to play it, and we'll be able to make music and have a lot of fun. See you soon.